Hello, and thanks for stopping by. If you are new to my channel, I say welcome to Frowns to Smiles. If you are a returning subscriber, I say thanks for coming back. Well, my name is Miss Davis. I am your teacher, so come on in. Class is in session. Today, we're going to be talking about the power of your words and saying the right things, followed with an apology. Let me first ask you a question. When was the last time you apologized and really meant it? Think about that. One, two, three. Okay. You could probably remember the last time you actually said, I apologize, and I really meant it. Growing up, we used to be outside, and as children, we got into all kinds of things. And when we would do something to hurt someone, maybe call them a name or say something mean to them, there was a saying that many of us said, and it was, sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. And we kind of live that ideology that, if you got an injury, that'll hurt, but your words, you just get over it, you'll be okay. But let me explain something to you. When you have a physical injury, like with a stick or a stone, it could cause some type of damage. It could be something as small as just having an ace bandage around that particular injury. It could also often require a cast, crutches, a wheelchair. It depends on what type of injury that you receive from the break. It will require medication sometimes, an x-ray so that they can rule out where the injury or where the break was. They'll tell you how long it'll take to fully recover from that. And in most cases, if you do what they tell you to do, you'll recover within the allotted time. Our words, on the other hand, when they're spoken ill or out of context to someone, they don't heal as fast. That's because when your words are spoken and they bruise or hurt someone, there is a mental and an emotional impact that happens. When you deal with the mental aspect of something, you're dealing with the ability to process the information that was given. For example, if they called you fat, or they said you were stupid, or you'll never be anything, or you were worthless. Those things can damage you that way, but our mental status allows us the ability to process that information. Our emotional health, on the other hand, gives us the ability to express feelings associated with how we process the information. So two different things. But if you have an emotional or a mental injury, it may take days, months, and sometimes years to actually be repaired from that. And the sad reality is some people are never fully recover from the emotional impact of what someone has said to them. And that is why they can be an adult now and remember the words that someone spoke to them as a child, and they've never been able to move forward. For some of you, it may be your teacher. Your teacher, I hope they never said this, but I've heard teachers or heard of teachers saying, a child, a student would never be anything. They would never amount to anything. That, they'll never be successful. And oftentimes that is so far from the truth. You never know the plot that another person is going to have. So it's up to you to encourage them with life. Some of you may be in relationships where your partner has said something that has caused great damage to you. And emotionally, it has damaged you in such a way that you've never been able to heal and recover. In some cases, it even resulted in the divorce or the separation of that relationship. Because the very thought, the mental, the emotional impact of whatever was said or done has caused such damage that you have not been able to repair or recover from it. And so when you actually say something to someone, I want you to be very cognizant of what you're saying and how you're saying it to an individual. so that they can receive it well, and so that you don't cause damage. Because our words spoken are like you blowing up a balloon. You can blow it up, but once you release that balloon and it pops, it never comes back to being a balloon again. Because what it was designed to do or be, it no longer holds that same form. And you don't want to be someone that's responsible for the damage of another person. And I know you may say, well, I'm not responsible for how they receive it. Well, you really are, because we're very careful about what we say, who we say it to, and when we say it. Most of us wouldn't just go to the Oval Office and tell the president, hey, Mr. President, you're not doing this or you're not doing that, and I don't like you, and da 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 da, whatever the situation is. But you'll tell your friends that. Some of you won't go to your parents and say, you're a poor parent, you need to do this and do that. Well, some of you don't. No, you wouldn't do that. You'll go to maybe your siblings and say, you're a bad sister, you're a bad brother. So oftentimes we take out our frustrations, our anger, our anxiety on other people, not even the people who caused it. But if you're one who have caused damage that you know to someone, call them and apologize. But really mean it when you apologize. Acknowledge the fact that you've hurt them. You can say, I apologize for the way I made you feel. It was never my intent to make you feel that way. And I hope to never cause that type of pain and damage to you ever again. And truly mean it. Now, you're not responsible for how they respond. They may be mad. They may not want to hear it. They may not even accept your apology. But their response is not up to you. You have no bearing on that. Once you've done what you're supposed to do with the right heart and the right attitude, it's up to them. That burden is off your chest. You can then smile and say hi and keep moving, even if the relationship is never restored. But a lot of relationships are just one apology away from being over or continued. What does the relationship mean to you? Whether it's a work relationship, a personal relationship, an intimate relationship, a financial relationship, a banking relationship, an educational relationship, a peer relationship. What does it mean to you? Is it worth ending and just throwing it away just because of an ego, of pride, of you not willing to say, I apologize, and truly mean it? Well, I hope I haven't taken up too much of your time today. Until we talk again, be safe and watch your surroundings. And remember, we turn frowns into smiles. Bye bye.